Hey YouTube, thanks for stopping by. My name's Connor, and this is where the informal tech reviews live. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about the RayNeo X2. If you're not 100% familiar with the RayNeo X2, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. They're relatively new, but this is the RayNeo X2. They are smart glasses, and their primary function is to be screen glasses. There's screens embedded into the lenses, so you can use different applications and things of that nature. If you want a more in-depth run through of what exactly the RayNeo X2s are, there is another video on my channel that sort of goes through all the different types of smart glasses that are available. So feel free to check that out. But today, I wanted to talk about side loading applications onto the RayNeo X2. Um, they have a lot of capabilities. It's a very fun set of technology, but one of the things that they lack in are just normal Android applications, like video players, things like that. Because the company's original vision for these glasses wasn't to like replace your phone or become, like a tablet on your face. But we can do that. We can add applications. They opened it up for us, so that's what I'm gonna go through. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna need your hardware. You need your glasses, you need your USB cable, and you need a computer, be that laptop or desktop PC. Once you have that, you're going to jump onto visor.io and you're going to download Visor. Okay, you just got to pick your operating system. It'll download it real nice and simple for you. And then from there, all you have to do is run it. You can see this is its install window. Um, and then it'll pop up. Okay, now we're not actually going to use that right now, so I'm just going to minimize it. But from there, you're going to want to go to GitHub, and you can probably just search Screencopy or Scrcpy. I'll also put links for all these in the description. But once you get to this page, you're going to go to releases, and you'll want to download the release for your device, right? So mine's Win64. You'll go in here. I already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to extract it here, but you'll extract it, right? And so once it's extracted, you just jump in here and make sure everything's good to go. You don't actually need to do anything from right here, not yet, but we'll minimize it. Now, in order to put applications on your device, right, you're going to need some applications. So you're going to go to apkcombo.com and use the downloader. What's cool about this is you can actually pick any application from the Google Play Store and it'll create a download link for you. So here I already have Google Chrome loaded up, but I actually think I want to do Nova Launcher because that's what I use to gain access to some of the other settings on the RayNeo X2. So you get to the page, you search for what you want, you click into it. That's an important part because what I've done in the past is I've been here um, when it's the only one. So for example, if I search Chrome, then it looks like I'm on the page for Chrome, but I'm actually not. You have to click in one step further. So don't get tricked by that. I tried to use the URL on this page, and that doesn't work because it's just a search. But if I jump back into the Nova Launcher one, you'll grab the URL, paste it in here, and you can use the defaults here. Tablet is probably fine. If you want to get specific with the Android, I believe they're on 10 or 11, but I would just leave it as default. And then you just click generate download link. You can see right here, boom, Nova Launcher, download. It's downloading over here, and there it is, already downloaded. So from here, you have your first application that you want to install. Now, this is totally optional, just a recommendation, but I also recommend getting APK Pure or another APK installer. It's almost like a Play Store alternate where you can actually install applications from inside the glasses. So download the application, You can pick whichever one you want. There's a few out there. This is just one that I've experimented with and it worked. So I'm going to use that one. Now that I have everything downloaded though, I can go ahead and pop back open my Scrcpy section and open it up. Just double click. Now, it would be useful if you had your glasses connected. That's an important step. So make sure you got your glasses connected. Not exactly. There we go. Okay, I got the glasses connected to the computer. And I just went into translate mode. I must have swiped backwards. But you double click and you can see a little terminal popped up. It recognized the glasses right away. Didn't have to change any settings. They already have ADB opened up with USB debugging, just ready to go. Now from here, you'll navigate to wherever you have your downloaded application, and all you got to do, click and drag. Bloop. And you can see on this window, it says request to install. It's installing. It installed. Boom. Now you can also see that I can see my applications and control stuff from here, right? We just installed Nova Launcher, so I can come over here and boom. Nova Launcher is one of those applications that requires the ring. So all you have to do, grab your ring, connect. It doesn't always work if you just hit it, but if you go into the settings, and there, I'm connected. Now, you can actually click and drag here on the screen. I accidentally showed that, but yeah, so you're actually using the glasses through your computer. And this can be used on other Android devices as well, as long as you have USB debugging turned on. Okay, so now you can see I'm in. It's a little different when I'm seeing it through the screen and my glasses at the same time. I probably would benefit from just popping the glasses off, but that's okay. So it's going to pull you through all the main setup features, and you can use your ring as, obviously the navigation, but just get into it. Now from here, you can see I just pulled down, right? And this is an important step because you can actually access settings from here. Now, my ring is useless at this point because they don't want you to be able to control these things. Or, I mean, they might not be actively trying to keep you from doing it, but as of right now, you can't get into the actual Android settings while you're connected with your ring. But via Scrcpy, you can see it actually took away the dual view, the both eyes being set up. So it looks extra weird on my glasses because it's one screen and I'm super close to it. But from here, it's super important because this is where you can control all your different settings that you wouldn't otherwise be able to control. So that includes permissions. So if I wanted to jump into permissions, I can search. I guess it would probably help if I could. Okay, so I'm just going to go in through apps, right? And I can see the different applications. If you needed one to be able to have permissions, right? So this one is APK Pure. I had mentioned it before. We just installed it, or I guess we didn't, but you know how to do it. And you'll come in and you'll want to allow it to install unknown apps, right? Install unknown apps. And it's good to go. From here, you can do a bunch of other things. You can access the different settings for Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, the developer settings. I think I have my developer settings on already. And first thing we always do with developer settings is get rid of those animations. Makes the glasses feel super fast. You can also enable a different type of Bluetooth control stack. Where is it? Gabaldorsh, the feature stack. Internet said that that's better. I don't know if that's accurate, but I turned it on. I haven't had any issues. So you may want to consider that as well if you have some issues with not being able to connect. I had a couple times where my Ring just wouldn't be able to connect and I had to repair it. Same with the phone. After turning that on, it feels like that's better. It could just be placebo. Not 100% sure. It's fine. And to get back out, you'll want to look like right click worked for me to get out of there. I typically use visor when I do it, and there's some on-screen controls, but yeah, right click will take you out, um, and then you can just navigate, with your typical button pushes. Uh, okay, yeah. So now that we have APK Pure installed, and I went through and made sure that my settings were good, I can just jump into the application. Now this is another one that requires the Ring, so grab your Ring. Occasionally you'll get an ad right here that you can't skip. This one looks like I can skip it. If you can't skip it, you just click on it. It'll take you to some random application that they want you to install. And you can choose just like not to do that. But now that I'm in here, let me see, can I use my... Okay, yeah. So clicking will click wherever the Ring is pointed. But I'll just jump back here, use the Ring to navigate, and you can still type with your keyboard. So let's say I want to install ChatGPT, right? Use the Ring to go to it. And this can all be done without the computer from this point. I can disconnect, and then I can just use my Ring. I can use my terrible on-screen keyboard to type it in with the Ring. But since we're connected to the computer already and I need to be able to show you, that's why we're doing it this way. Now, one thing that I've noticed with the RayNeo X2s is they don't like applications to launch other applications. So while I'll be able to install this, I won't actually be able to run it from here. And same thing goes with the launchers. If you're back in a launcher and you try to actually launch an application from there, it just kicks you out. It gets upset. But you can see right now it's extracting. It already downloaded, and it's going to ask me, do I want to install? Now, it crashed. Your initial thought might be, okay, so this doesn't work at all. It does that. It just does that sometimes. It's not super compatible, but you go back into it, it'll already be downloaded. And you might want to just like work a little faster, right? So I was just talking, didn't click install right away. But that kind of goes back to applications launching other applications. It launched the permissions manager from APK Pure, and because it was open for a little bit, it got upset. So okay, it looks like it's having another issue. Go back into it. Maybe you'll be able to see what I was talking about with the unskippable ads. Nope, doesn't look like you can. Okay, so I already have ChatGPT, so I'm just going to search for it again. And then, not 100% sure why there's two, but just install. Boom, it's going straight to install because it's already downloaded. It's going to extract the APK file and ask to install it. You hit go, and it's installed. So now ChatGPT is on these glasses. Like I mentioned before, you can try to launch it from in here, and it'll open up, but it'll immediately die because it doesn't like applications launching other applications. So now that I'm on the App Center, I can go look for it. Oh, there it is, ChatGPT. And so now it's not going to go close right away. And you can see that I'm in it. Looks like ChatGPT wants Google Play services. So that's an unfortunate side effect of these glasses not being an official Android device. They don't have Google Play services, and so I'm glad that actually showed up, so you can see that some applications require Google Play services. It's unfortunate that ChatGPT is one of them, because that would have been cool to have the official ChatGPT. There are some other ChatGPT powered assistants on here, but they don't work quite the same. They have pretty strong character personalities, right? So one's like the tech worker, and the other one is, I think, a fashion person. I'm not 100% sure, but if you run into that issue, unfortunately, as of right now, there's no way to kind of get Google Play services on. If you were able to root, you could maybe flash via twerp, if you could get it on there. But I tried, um, and it didn't work at all. Someone who's better at it than me might be able to. But what you just saw was me uninstalling. Once again, I had to go in through the computer, so it's easy to get them on through APK Pure, but getting them off, less easy. I think you might also be able to do it from the launcher, but it's hard to tap and hold with the ring. So here, let me try with Chrome. Tap and hold. Yeah, see, it starts moving. Yeah, maybe if you set it down, but if you have your computer, it's easy to go there. So let's try a different application, since that one required Google Play services. Just go back into APK Pure. Now, surprisingly, I believe YouTube worked without Google Play services. I would have expected that to be one that required it, but let's pick a random other application. So something that's not super huge. You know what? Amazon probably doesn't require it. So let's do Amazon. Just hit install. It's going to go through that whole download process again. Hopefully my internet's quick enough that we're not waiting for this download to happen for too long. But looks like it's almost done. Okay. Now it's going to go to the extract phase. It's going to go to extract. Remember, you got to hit this pretty quick. Install. And it's installed. Okay, so to back out of this application, you actually have to use the physical leg. Unless you just try to open another application, and then it'll kick you out. But now that I have Amazon installed, oh, left the App Center. Here, let me use the mouse. It'll be a little easier. Okay, there's Amazon. It looks like it's another Ring application. And boom, we're here. You can go straight to signing in. For this, we'll just skip sign in. And you're in Amazon. So APK Pure, highly recommend, or any of those other application installers, because you can do it on the go. You don't need your computer if you come across something you want to try. Another good one that I would recommend checking out, you might be starting to wonder, why did we download Visor? If Scrcpy can do the click and drag, you can interact with it. It almost has everything. And by almost, there's a couple things that are pretty important that are not present on Scrcpy. And it might be. I can't say definitively that it's not, right? But I was able to find a workaround for applications opening applications. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to clear the storage for my Wise application. That's the application that I've used this on before. And basically what it is if you're in an application and it needs to open another application and it kicks you out, you can get around that. So, okay, I'm opening up Wise. I just cleared the storage, so I need to log in. Now, if I go click Get Started, it's going to open up the browser, and then it's going to close. So we need to figure out a way to get around it closing, because otherwise I won't be able to log in. Now, I close it and reopen it because every now and then the second screen does not want to cooperate. Now you can see I'm clicking over here in this left-hand corner, and I can see display 14. So I go to open it, and display 14 is actually outside of the application container. Now, I don't know if this lingo is the right lingo to use per se, but the application container to me is the part that houses the application so you can use your ring as a pointer slash mouse device for clicking. You can see in the background I'm doing that, and you can see it on the screen. It's almost simulating a finger kind of hovering, and then when I click, it opens it up. But over here on the bigger screen, you don't see that, so it's outside of the app container. Um, Now the trick to be able to open up another application with an application is actually to turn off the screen. And with the RayNeo X2, there's a feature called Heads Up Display. I like to use that one because it just gives me a little bit more time. You could also just hit the power button, or no, tap the right leg and it'll open up the lock screen or the heads up display. But doing the head tilt gives you just a little more time. So you tilt your head up, it's going to go into that. You can see it saying, keep your head up. Now I look down too much, but tilt it again, look up, then I hit get started. It's opening that browser, and before it goes away, I tap the leg. Now the application container doesn't know that you opened up another application via an application. Um, and so you can see it hasn't killed it. I'm able to log in, I'm able to type in my information, and it'll all work out, hopefully, as planned. So I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to enter in my information, and then I'll bring you back. There we go. Okay. I was able to successfully log in, and you can see, now I can see all my cameras and everything. Um, and so that workaround is super useful for specifically that login, but you can also use it in other ways. So for example, Nova Launcher. We had discussed that Nova Launcher can open other applications, but due to the fact that it doesn't like that, you're not actually able to. But if you do the display trick, sometimes there's an issue. So I'll just close it, open it back up, do the display trick. Okay, got it. Turn it off, do the head tilt, click on whatever you want to open up your thing. So now your browser or your launchers can also open applications. This will work for any app opening another app that I've come across. There may be cases that it won't work, but for me, so far so good. So I think that's everything. We talked about how you can get Android applications downloaded, how you can get them onto the RayNeo X2, how you can use them, and also we kind of went over how to get around that apps opening apps limitation. Um, so I hope this was useful to you. If you have your RayNeo X2, drop me a comment. Let me know if this helped you out. If you already knew everything, if you have a better way to do it. Um, any of those would be useful to me, especially if you have a better way to do it. Some of this can be a little tedious, um, but yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks.